The moment Aaron Cole pushed open the wrong hospital door, sunlight spilled across white floors and changed the direction of his life forever. Because inside that bright daytime room lay a woman who was quietly preparing to die, and a single father who had forgotten how to hope was about to remember what it felt like to live. If you believe that kindness deserves second chances and that one small mistake can turn into a miracle, take a moment right now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Brightly Kindness, because stories like this only grow when hearts choose to believe in them. Aaron had not planned to be there. His morning had already begun with chaos, the kind only a single parent understands. His 7-year-old son Noah had spilled cereal across the kitchen floor, the school bus had been missed, and the babysitter canceled at the last minute. Aaron worked nights repairing elevators and days trying to be enough for a child who still asked why his mother never came home. That morning, he brought Noah with him to the hospital to visit an elderly neighbor, leaving the boy in the hallway with a coloring book while he stepped into what he believed was room 312. It was not. It was room 314, and the mistake felt small until he saw her. She lay propped against crisp white pillows, bathed in daylight pouring through a tall window. Her name tag read Myra Hensley. Her hair was pale gold and thin, her face calm in a way that suggested she had already made peace with something the world had not. Machines hummed softly beside her, measuring time in quiet beeps. Aaron froze, embarrassed, already stepping back, but Myra turned her eyes toward him, and instead of annoyance, she smiled as if she had been waiting all morning for someone to arrive. Aaron apologized, flustered and tired, explaining he had the wrong room, but something in her expression stopped him from leaving. She looked lonely in a way that felt heavier than sadness, like the loneliness of someone who had said goodbye too many times already. Myra gestured weakly for him to stay, and without knowing why, Aaron did. He talked about Noah, about juggling shifts, about how daylight always felt strange after working all night. He did not ask about her illness, and she did not offer details, but the machines told enough of the story. When he finally left, an hour had passed, and he felt lighter, confused by how easy it had been to breathe in that room. Days turned into weeks, and Aaron found himself drifting back to room 314 during the daytime, always telling himself it was just to say hello. Noah began drawing pictures for Myra, bright suns and stick figures holding hands. Nurses smiled knowingly when they saw Aaron arrive with coffee and sunflowers. Slowly, Myra's story revealed itself through shared silences. She had once been a photographer, chasing light across cities, but an aggressive illness had ended her career and rewritten her future. Her family lived far away and visits had grown rare. She was not angry about it. She was simply tired. Aaron never promised her miracles. He offered presents instead. He read to her when her strength faded, and she listened to his stories about Noah learning to ride a bike, about the fear of raising a child alone, about the guilt of feeling like happiness was no longer allowed after loss. In that sunlit room, something fragile and beautiful took root. Love did not arrive loudly. It arrived quietly, like morning light across hospital sheets. The doctors were honest. Myra's time was limited. Aaron struggled with the unfairness of it, with the cruelty of finally finding connection only to face its ending. He questioned whether it was right to let Noah grow attached, whether he was being selfish by staying. But Myra reminded him, gently and bravely, that love was never wasted, even when it was brief. Especially then. One afternoon, with the sun high and warm against the window, Aaron made a decision that surprised even himself. He asked Myra to marry him, not out of desperation but out of certainty. He did not want her story to end with loneliness. He wanted her to be chosen, fully and publicly, while she was still here to feel it. The hospital staff helped arrange a simple ceremony in the daytime chapel. Nurses stood as witnesses. Noah held the rings with solemn pride, and sunlight poured through stained glass as Aaron and Myra promised each other everything they had left to give. Marriage did not cure Myra, but it transformed her remaining days. She laughed more. She planned small dreams, like watching Noah's school play and organizing her photographs for an exhibit she would never see but believed should exist. Erin learned that love was not about how long you had someone, but how fully you showed up while they were here. When Myra passed away quietly one morning, sunlight once again filled the room, and Erin held her hand, grateful rather than broken. Life after loss was not easy. Erin grieved deeply, but he did not retreat. He told Noah stories about Myra's kindness, about how she taught them both that even wrong turns could lead to something sacred. Months later, Erin helped fulfill Myra's wish by hosting a small daytime gallery show of her photographs, each image glowing with light and life. People who never met her felt as though they had, and Erin understood then that love, once given, never truly leaves. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that compassion can change lives even when time is short, please take a moment to engage with this video. Your likes, shares, and comments help stories of hope reach the people who need them most. Special request: before this story ends, comment the word light if you believe that even the smallest mistake can lead to the brightest miracle. Aaron never entered another hospital room by accident, but he never stopped believing in them either. He learned that some love stories are not meant to last long, only to last deeply, and that sometimes, in the middle of an ordinary day, a wrong door opens into a forever kind of meaning.